What's up, guys, and welcome to another update about the Lexus LX450. As you can see here, I have her back in my garage, and I did go ahead and take the air out of the tires because we are ready to drop the engine in. I know I haven't given you guys an update for a little while. Like I mentioned before, I am currently in the process of moving at the same time that I'm trying to do all this, and I just have a few weeks to pack up the house. So I'm trying to get this engine in as fast as I can. So for that reason, I just been kind of hammering away at it. I'm pretty far along. I think you guys are going to be pretty pleased with the progress. I'm going to give you a brief overlook at the engine. I'm still waiting for a couple things. There are intake manifold studs that I need. I need 8 of those, and I need 3 exhaust manifold studs. So aside from that, I think that's for right now, that's the only thing that's kind of stopping me from actually getting this thing running, because I've got pretty much everything else. I did also go ahead and replaced the torque converter to transmission oil pump seal. I think they know it as a front pump seal. It just kind of came to me at night. I was like, oh shoot, I never got that seal. And I was like, God, if that seal isn't working, or if it's damaged, or whatever the situation is, after I get this whole thing running, I'm gonna have to pull the transmission and then replace that seal. Well, I might as well do it while I'm right here. So I had to kind of scramble to go get the right seal. Luckily, they did have it in stock. It was the one part that the local part stores have actually had in stock for me. It was crazy, and it was only like $10 for the seal. I know it's not OEM. I wanted to go OEM, but OEM is like a week out, and they don't have it in stock either. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to use the aftermarket. It works fine. It looks a little different, but all the dimensions are the same. It fits nice and tight around the torque converter. Not too tight, tight enough. Anyhow, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to just give you guys a quick walk around of the engine. I do have to reposition. I got to take the leveler off the engine, and the reason for that is because I need more clearings. I need it to be able to go higher up so that I can clear the front bumper on the car after I took the air out of the tires. I'm hoping that I can do this inside the garage and not have to pull it out of the garage, because once I put the engine in, it's going to be very difficult for me to push it back in myself. We'll see. Not a huge deal. I can always get somebody to help me do that. But without further ado, let me give you a little walk around on the engine, and then we're going to skip to throwing it in, and hopefully we can get this engine hung, bolted up, and so that I can actually start, bolting other stuff on, But I'm pretty pleased with the process so far. But without further ado, here it is. There it is, guys. So those were my knees cracking. I went a little crazy with the spray paint, but it's all right. I spray painted the harmonic balancer. By the way, that's not that still spins. That's just a air. That's just an air. That's just a box. There's nothing in it, but it's not leaning on the torque converter all the way, because you can still spin the torque converter with no issues. I did have the valve cover powder coated wrinkled black. My boy Corey Ray coming through on that. He does a great job, as you can see. I'm probably eventually going to replace, the cap, and yeah, eventually I might get some nicer bolts, but for now, that'll do. Spray painted the block black. I'm sure you guys already, I think I already showed you that. And then I've got my sensors on there as well. Right? The head I bought, somebody pointed it out in one of the forums that I posted on, has a hole here. And the reason for that is because the older style 1F motors, engines, I should say, it's an engine, not a motor, has a mechanical fuel pump that bolts up right there. Well, the newer ones do not. And so I found this little block off plate on eBay. It's actually for a Chevy small block. Bolts right up. Came with a gasket. I think I paid like 15 bucks shipped. So glad to find that. I'm using this oil filter for now. I did a little research on oil filters, and there's actually a bigger capacity one that I can get that was on here. And after initial startup, I'm probably gonna switch to those. I actually do have two other Toyota filters, OEM filters. I'll probably go through those. You know, the first couple oil changes, I'm gonna do them pretty quickly. This one is only gonna be on there for about 20 minutes. Once the engine runs, I'll pull that filter out, drain the oil. Probably cut that filter in half just to check it out and see how much crap is in there. That's about it, guys. I mean, it's pretty ready. All I got to do is, like I said, I am going to remove this leveler so I can get this to have a little bit more clearance, and hopefully that will get the engine to go over the engine, the bumper here. But should be pretty drama free, I'm hoping. You know how these things go. One broken bolt can turn into days of craziness. So, but that's what I've got, guys. I'm really impressed on how I've put this engine together. I think everything's gonna work just fine. I've double and triple checked everything, clearances, valve lash, you name it, everything's been done. I've gone through this thing probably more than what a professional engine builder might even do, just because I'm like nervous and I don't want to do it more than once. I got Mishimoto coolant hoses. I got a whole kit. So far I'm pretty impressed with their hoses. Seem to work pretty well. And I've gone in and cleaned and brushed and painted it, anything that I could, you know, just to make it look good. So also there is one thing that I find a little bit comical. You know, the harmonic balancer bolt. Anybody that's familiar with these vehicles absolutely knows that that thing is huge, and it has to get torqued at 304 pound-feet of torque, which I had no clue up until I was like, okay, well, I guess it's time to, you know, look into torquing the harmonic balancer bolt. And then I looked it up on the book, and it said 304 pound-feet of torque. And I was like, wait, what? That can't be right. That must be a typo. Not a typo at all. I confirmed it on like 3 different sources. 304 pound-feet of torque is what it takes. So my snap-on torque wrench, my old school snap-on torque wrench, definitely doesn't go up that high. It only goes up to 250. So I did rent one, and I'm hoping to be able to get this far today as to be able to torque it. Yeah, I'll take a look at this wrench. I've never seen anything like it. It's awesome. So that's the case that came in. This bad boy is a 3/4 inch drive. It goes from something like 45 to 400 pounds, and it's a beast. Yep, that's what I'm using. So pretty cool. I mean, this is I paid $350 US to rent it, but here's the cool part. I get that money back when I give the wrench back. So so that's what that is. But she's a beast. I wanna put this into comparison for you guys. That's how tall it is. It's a big wrench. which is cool because, you know, I got the right tool for the job. Guys, I only weigh 150 pounds, and I got to torque this bolt to 304, which means I got to multiply my force enough to get to that, because it doesn't matter how strong I am. If I can't put 300 pounds on that bolt, it's just simply not going to do it. So this should help me. I'm hoping I don't need any kind of extensions because it's kind of tough to put it on there, but impressive piece of hardware. And you know what? For $350, you can own it, which is actually not that bad considering, you know, the regular Snap-on ones are, you know, north of that. So I thought the price for this big wrench was actually not too bad. But anyway, that's what I had to do. So I'll get my money back when I return it. And that's it. I'm not going to keep it because I've never needed something like this. And I'm hoping I never do again. So, and if I do, I know where to get one. Advanced Auto Parts, $350. Get my money back when I return it. I think that's a pretty good deal. Holy cow, guys. I don't know what that was all about. So I think the fact that I had to take the leveler off in order to get the engine in made it so much more difficult. That was a bear. Trying to not curse. There was a lot of cursing involved, just so you guys know. I'm glad I did a time lapse on this because, whew, I am beat. But anyway, engine's in. It's all bolted up. I had a really difficult time getting the engine to click, or the bell housing to click in. You know, and again, it was probably because I didn't have the leveler on there, you know. But I definitely wasn't going to be able to get it on there with the leveler because of the height with my garage. The garage I'm moving, or the house I'm moving into, has a much bigger garage. Not much bigger, it just works a lot better. So stuff like this is going to be easier for me to do. It's actually big enough for me to get a lift in it, and I'm really going to try to do that. But for now, I got to work with what I've got, you know. My goal was to get the engine in tonight. I'll probably end up bolting in the front engine mounts. Right now, I just have it propped up with some 2x4s. You know, I just don't want to mess with it anymore. I got other stuff that I got to get to doing today. So I'm going to go take a shower. You know, probably chillax for a moment because that was crazy. But anyway, engine's in. It's been a long time since the engine was inside. Complete engine was in this vehicle. So, you know, from here, I'm sure there's going to be challenges that I'm not aware of. You know, when I finally get this engine going, or this vehicle, when I get it fired up, I'm sure there's going to be an issue somewhere along the line. If this thing just fires up and drives and all good to go, I don't know. I'll throw a party, but I doubt that's what's going to happen, you know. Anyway, guys, that's the update. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got the engine in. Woo! Yeah, y'all, hang on. I'm so dirty right now. Like, mess. Whatever. Happens when you work on stuff like this. So anyway, that's the update, guys. Thanks for tuning along. I will, I don't know, maybe I make a video this afternoon tied into this whole thing here, putting the front engine mounts on, but I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see how I feel later on. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, send me a comment. I enjoy when people write comments on there, because it makes me feel like I'm actually, making, like somebody's watching me ramble on about these cars, and maybe they like what I'm doing here. But anyhow, hope you guys have a great day. I will try to make another video for you, maybe tonight, maybe in a couple days, but I'll see you guys later.